How big can a machine built by humans really get? Bigger than a skyscraper? Longer than a football field? The answer may surprise you. Over the last century, transportation has grown to unbelievable sizes, from massive ships carrying entire cities of cargo to giant aircraft crossing oceans overnight. The scale of global trade is far beyond what most people imagine. The first shock. In 1912, the world looked at one ship with pure amazement. That ship was the RMS Titanic. At the time, it was the largest moving object ever created by humans. The Titanic measured about 269 meters long, which seemed enormous in the early 20th century. People believed it represented the peak of human engineering. It was powerful, luxurious, and designed to cross the Atlantic in comfort. Back then, seeing the Titanic in person would leave people speechless. The ship carried thousands of passengers, massive engines, and everything needed for long journeys across the ocean. But more than 100 years later, the Titanic would not look so impressive anymore. In fact, in today's world of global trade, the Titanic would appear small next to modern cargo ships. Modern container ships now reach nearly 400 meters in length. That means they are longer than 4 football fields placed end to end. When placed beside these giants, the Titanic would look closer to a small boat. These ships are not designed for luxury, they are designed for scale. Their purpose is simple: move enormous amounts of goods across the planet as efficiently as possible. Inside them are thousands of metal boxes called containers, or each one carries products that people use every day: clothes, electronics, toys, furniture, and even food. The machines that move these goods are so massive that many people cannot truly imagine their size until they see them compared to everyday objects. And it all begins with one simple invention. Chapter 1. The Ocean Giants, the Container Revolution. At the heart of global trade is a simple steel box. This box is called a shipping container, and the most common type measures 20 feet long. In the logistics world, this unit is known as a TEU, which stands for 20-foot equivalent unit. At first glance, a container might not seem special. It looks like a large metal rectangle. But this simple design changed the world. Before containers became popular, shipping goods across oceans was slow and expensive. Workers had to load items individually into ships. This process took days or even weeks. Then, in 1956, a businessman named Malcolm McLean introduced a new idea: standardized containers that could move easily between ships, trucks, and trains. The first container ship, called the Ideal X, carried only 58 containers. That number seemed impressive at the time, but it was only the beginning. As global trade expanded, ships became larger and larger. By the early 2000s, companies began building container ships capable of carrying 10,000 containers or more. One famous example was the Emma Maersk, which shocked the shipping industry with its massive size. But shipbuilders did not stop there. Today, the world's largest container ships can carry over 24,000 containers at once. One example is the HMM Algeciras, a giant vessel built to move enormous volumes of cargo between Asia and Europe. To understand this scale, imagine stacking thousands of metal boxes into long rows that stretch across an entire ship deck. These vessels can weigh more than 200,000 tons when fully loaded. Their engines are some of the most powerful machines ever created. Some ship engines are so large that a small house could fit inside them. When these ships travel across oceans, they move huge portions of the global economy. One ship can transport everything from smartphones to bicycles to kitchen appliances, all in a single journey. Without these ocean giants, the modern world would look very different. Stores would have fewer products, prices would be much higher, and global trade would slow down dramatically. But sometimes, speed matters more than size. That is when cargo takes to the sky. Chapter 2. The Sky Queens, the Air Freight Giants. While container ships focus on massive scale, airplanes focus on speed. Air freight is used when products must reach their destination quickly. Imagine a company launching a new smartphone worldwide. Millions of devices must arrive in different countries at almost the same time. Waiting weeks for ships would slow everything down. This is where cargo aircraft play a crucial role. One of the most famous cargo aircraft ever built is the Boeing 747-8 freighter. Often called the Queen of the Skies, this aircraft is one of the most powerful cargo planes in operation today. The wingspan of the aircraft stretches over 68 meters, which is nearly the same length as a football field. Its cargo area is enormous, designed to hold massive amounts of freight. In a single flight, the 747-8 freighter can carry more than 130 tons of cargo. That could include thousands of electronic devices, medical equipment, or even large industrial machines. Unlike passenger aircraft, cargo planes are designed entirely around freight capacity. Their noses can open upward, allowing large equipment to be loaded directly into the aircraft. But even the Queen of the Skies was not the largest aircraft ever built. That title belonged to the legendary Antonov In-225 Maria. The Antonov In-225 was truly a flying giant. It had 6 engines, 32 landing wheels, and a wingspan wider than many sports stadiums. The aircraft was originally built to carry space equipment, but it later became the largest cargo plane ever used in global logistics. The plane could carry extremely heavy cargo that no other aircraft could handle. From giant turbines to massive generators, the Antonov was capable of transporting items that would normally require several trucks or ships. Seeing it land at an airport was an unforgettable sight. Its shadow alone could cover an entire neighborhood block. Even though it was one of a kind, the Antonov showed what was possible when engineering pushed the limits of size and power. Still, air freight and sea freight serve very different purposes. One focuses on speed, the other focuses on volume, and the difference between them defines how global trade works. Chapter 3: The Ultimate Clash: Air versus Sea. Imagine a brand new smartphone about to launch worldwide. Millions of units need to reach stores in Europe, America, and Asia at the same time. Which transport method should the company choose? The answer depends on 2 important factors: time and cost. Air freight is incredibly fast. A cargo plane can move products across continents in less than 24 hours. This speed is perfect for high-value items like electronics, medicines, or urgent spare parts. But this speed comes with a price. Transporting goods by air is significantly more expensive than shipping them by sea. Sending a container's worth of products by airplane could cost thousands of dollars more than sending it by ship. On the other hand, container ships are far slower. A cargo ship traveling between Asia and Europe may take 3 weeks or longer to complete the journey. But ships have one huge advantage. They can carry enormous quantities of goods at a much lower cost per item. Instead of moving one shipment at a time, ships move thousands simultaneously. This is why ocean freight carries around 90% of the world's traded goods. Air freight, while fast, handles only a small percentage of global cargo. The 2 systems work together to keep the global economy running smoothly. Planes deliver urgent and valuable items quickly. Ships move huge volumes of everyday products efficiently. Without this balance, modern supply chains would collapse. The logistics of scale. The massive ships and aircraft that power global trade are incredible machines. But the real challenge is managing everything that happens around them. Ports must handle thousands of containers arriving every day. Airports must organize complex cargo schedules to move goods quickly between countries. Warehouses must store and distribute products efficiently so they reach stores and customers on time. Modern logistics networks rely on advanced technology, smart planning, and international cooperation. Every time you buy a product made in another country, there's a high chance it traveled thousands of kilometers inside a shipping container or cargo plane. Behind the scenes, a complex system of transport routes, shipping companies, and logistics experts ensures that goods move smoothly across the planet. As global demand continues to grow, transportation systems are becoming even larger and more advanced. Ships are getting bigger. Aircraft are becoming more efficient. Ports and airports are expanding to handle increasing cargo volumes. In many ways, the machines of global trade are the invisible giants that support modern life. The scale of modern transportation is truly incredible. From ships carrying tens of thousands of containers to giant aircraft flying across continents overnight, these machines keep the global economy moving every single day. If you enjoyed discovering the massive scale of global trade, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos.